My name's Duddits, I do builds and stuff. Today's video is an absolute beast. I've got a naughty, dirty little combo combining Nothing Manacles and Slayer's Fang. These combination of scatter grenades with the heart piercer perk on the Slayer's Fang is just an absolute joke. You can destroy all content. I get a lot of hate for covering Nothing Manacles, but my god, when you've got this at 190 grenade energy, this exotic makes your scatter grenades go absolutely nuts. It was already good. Nothing Manacles I've covered a lot on this channel. I don't understand why people don't like them. They're absolutely insane. Now, I'm going to be also pairing it up with the Bushido robes, because this will give you resist when you're using bows or shotguns. And I've got a perfect combination to show you. A couple of different swords and a couple of different shotguns. What I've also done right at the end of this video as well, if you can just see there as well, I'm getting that resist quite a lot. That's from the Bushido set. So at the end of this video, I'm also going to show you some damage testing versus Contraverse hold and the Vortex grenade. So stay with me, I'll break this video down. Right, Nothing Manacles, you gain an additional scatter grenade charge and it auto enables the tracking for scatter grenade projectiles, which is a right good bonus. So basically, once you've got your Nothing Manacles on, you get 2 scatter grenades. You do not need to run Chaos Accelerant. Now, if you verse that versus Contraverse, you need to run that with Nothing Manacles. You don't need to run it, which then frees up an extra aspect slot for Child of the Old Gods. Child of the Old Gods is just an endgame beast. You're just going to get loads of weakening and ability energy depending on what rift you run. Now, Feed the Void is the other one you're probably going to run most of the time, just to get your Devour instantly with Nothing Manacles. Firstly, the stats, I went for all-out grenade damage. I managed to get 190. I ain't really in the tier 4 army yet, but it's a 58.4% damage in PvE with these scatter pocket nukes. They're absolutely disgusting. And you pair it up with your Nova Bomb, you're going to get some really fast damage. But just for now, I'm going to concentrate on the scatter grenades. Again, it's one of these. I see a lot of content creators shitting on them. They're absolutely brilliant. They're just a different sort of way to play versus Contraverse. Even in Mythic, these things clear ads very, very easily. Look at the state of that. They just get dissolved. Really, really good. I've got loads of clips to this to show you. And you can even see this on Mythic. Like, it might not be the absolute best clip, but you can just see this guy's health's going down from this. The main thing with Manacles is instant devour against groups of enemies anytime you want. And 190 discipline, you can really, really tell that damage increase. It's huge. But that's only a small part of the build. I like to run stacks on stacks to make sure I've got 2 or 3 armor charges and a grenade kickstart, so you can literally spam these, and when you've got your Devour active, you're going to get grenade energy back as well. This enables to spam your grenades, like I said, 190 grenade recharge rate, and you get 190% grenade energy returns as well. So with all them things going on, your grenade kickstart and your Devour, you're always going to have 1 or 2 of these in your back pocket. Echo of Undermining, your void grenades weaken targets, minus 20 grenade, that's a bit harsh, but I still managed to get 190. I'm running Echo of Persistence to make my Devour and my Overshields have an increased duration. I'm also running Echo of Expulsion, Void ability Final Blows, cause targets to explode. Now the next one, this does absolutely nothing for my build whatsoever, apart from give me plus 10 grenade. The Echo of Undermining just wrecks the build a little bit, but run that, you get a plus 10. I also like to run a moderately high super. Ideally, when I've got a few more bits of armor, I'll be running that super a little bit higher. But the combination of your scatter grenade and your Nova Bomb, look at that, it's absolutely disgusting. Now, don't forget your Undermining is also applying a 15% weakening debuff for your weapons and your super. So it actually buffs your super out as well. And obviously your weapons. And if you're fast, 1 scatter grenade, Nova Bomb, just like that, it just destroys. Now, the next part of the build is going to be the Bushido gear set. 2-piece Aihedo, Final Blows with freshly drawn or reloaded weapons heal you. You don't really need that because you've got Devour active infinitely, basically. And then the 4-piece Unfaltering Focus gives you damage reduction when you're using bows and shotgun. Bit of extra resist whenever you get a kill. And then if you keep doing sustained damage, you're going to keep that resist active. Now, this is where this build gets super insane because Slayer's Fang is absolutely slapping. Dealing final blows to targets grants Night Sworn Sight. During that time, final blows grant true sight, reload speed and precision damage is increased, and submunitions weaken targets. You get a 30% damage increase in total, and it's also got the Heartpiece perk on there. Rounds from this weapon shatter into submunitions on impact, strong against overload champions. And it's also got catalysts on there. I went with the good old trusty repulsor brace because this fits nicely with your Bushido set. So you're going to get your overshield and that resist from your Bushido. So it all just works perfectly. You've got your Nothing Manacles, so you're infinitely weakening things. Your shotgun weakens things. So you've always got that Void Overshield on top of your resist from Bushido active. Now, this little clip here will just show you the Bushido set working perfectly. You'll see that I got a kill with my sword. I'm going to keep that resist going. As long as you keep doing damage with your sword after getting a kill, you're going to get that resist. Now, there's all different types of swords in the game, which we'll cover, but it just works nicely with this gear set because with Manacles, you sort of like want to be playing quite aggressive. You want to be throwing your grenade, getting yourself in there quick, putting out some damage. Now, Aurora Dawn, something like that, is another sword you can consider. Death's Razor's not too bad with Surrounded. You've got Heart Shadow as well, which is also very solid. Chivalric Fire with Repulsor Brace and Fallen Guillotine. All different rules on there. But once you've sort of got everything working together, your pocket nukes from your Manacles, your Nova Bomb, your resist from your Bushido, your shotgun damage, we're going to go into that Slayer's Fang a little bit more. It's just absolutely slapping this season. And you can put out some serious damage while being tanky. Now, bearing in mind, you've also got Devour active as well, so you can push up really, really aggressively. A lot of this content, I was like between 20 and 50 levels below. I did a lot of mythic stuff, a lot of 340, a lot of conquest stuff and all that, and it was just absolutely solid. Add in your Slayer's Fang. Look at the state of that. It is absolutely disgusting. Now, this Slayer's Fang, honestly, I can't tell you how good this feels this season. I liked it last season, but it just feels unreal this season. It really, really does. And there's got all different types of combinations you can do. Scatter Grenade, Slayer's Fang, Scatter Grenade, Nova Bomb. And you're putting out some absolutely humongous damage. And again, you've got all that resist going on. If you keep an eye on that bottom left, that's your Bushido going on. You can proc your Void Overshield from your Repulsor Brace quite often with a shotgun as well. It just all fits nicely. You can get rid of like tanky targets quick, big groups of ads with scatter grenades. It just feels absolutely amazing. Now, a seasonal artifact mod that is kind of broken is Elemental Daze. Whenever you stun a champion with an elemental weapon, that creates an elementally aligned explosion and matches your weapon. So its Overload Shotgun is Slayer's Fang. And if you just look at that, it just wrecks. Like, it's crazy how much damage this does. I'm pretty sure it's the mod doing that extra damage as well. One shot, but you get that elemental explosion, plus all the damage that you get from Slayer's Fang. But even without that, it still does extra damage. That only applies to champions, but you may as well run the Elemental Daze. It's just so strong. The other thing I want to sort of touch on a little bit with Slayer's Fang is the range. It's actually pretty good, and all the sort of submunitions that you're shattering about as well, they all like do quite a lot of damage as well, even against like little clusters of ads. So the range and all them submunitions that are flying around all do extra damage. It just feels immense. Now again, like, I know a lot of people are going to like Contraverse versus these, but it's just a completely different playstyle in my opinion. Contraverse, you sit and need to charge him up. With Manacles, you're actually playing a lot more aggressive. Now, I'll leave my mods playing out like this, just so you've got like, I'll also leave a dim link as well, just so you've got a little screenshot. There's my fragments, etc. Now, what I'm also going to do now is show you some damage testing with the Contraverse hold. So, just to sort of start off, so I'm just being honest, I couldn't get 190 on the Contraverse. I got 189. My discipline stat versus my Manacles, which was 190, but I weighed it up. It's like a 0.6% difference. So I couldn't actually get 190 on my Contraverse like my Manacles, but I wanted to go test it anyway. And as you can see there, look, my Manacles is 190, 58.4. It's like a 0.6% damage increase. Now, bearing in mind, you have to hold your grenade for a few seconds to charge it up, and you can't run Child of the Old Gods. So I tried this loads of different ways. I was hitting for 1,600, 1,650, round about that mark. I tried it on the floor, I tried hitting them. I tried it for about 20 minutes and I was consistently getting around this 1,600 mark and the DPS of about 300. So obviously now what I needed to do was switch over to my Nothing Manacles, taking off my Chaos Accelerant, and you could just see that number there. The DPS shoots up, and so does that number. 1526. It's not actually better than Contraverse for damage, but basically, like, you're going to get 2 of these grenades. Now, let me know what you think of that damage. I was very surprised. I expected Chaos Accelerant with Contraverse to do a lot more. So it's not too far away. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.